Morgan Adams has unfollowed Jeffree Starr not long after Shane Dawson called out members of the beauty community. Tana has apologized for past racist comments and tweets. Charli D'Amelio has reacted to shade thrown at her by her supposed lookalike Ellie Zyler. Zila? Let's call her Ellie. And of course, it's the return of YouTuber Watch. Who will it be this week? All this plus I am the real Liam Payne on this week's edition of YouTuber News. Hosted by me, Benedict Townsend, brought to you by PopBuzz. And back in the studio with the big-sized desk and the rats here and the month's here. And it's Friday, the week is over, the weekend's here, and it's time as always for YouTuber News. Cue the music. I'm excited to be back. Yes, welcome back to YouTuber News. I'm Benedict Townsend, filling in for our usual host, Rex Tibbins, who went back in time and accidentally killed his own grandfather, threatening his own material existence. Idiot. I'm your fill-in host. Hopefully I'm good enough. It's good to be back in my swivelly chair, with my nice cheap tablecloth. All the news is going to taste a little bit better this week. It's professional again. Our first story, Morgan Adams has unfollowed Jeffree Starr on social media only a few days after Shane Dawson's negative comments about members of the beauty community. So to fill you in, on Sunday the 21st of June, Shane dramatically announced that he had decided to quit the YouTube beauty community, and he decided he would go out all bridges blazing. He posted a 4-page long Twitter note slating beauty gurus for being, quote, egocentric, narcissistic, and vengeful. Egocentric? Who says it like that? It's egocentric. He even made some comments about his close friend Jeffree Starr, saying, quote, yes, Jeffree is in that list of dramatic gurus, and he would admit that, and he will always be family to me, and I love him despite those characteristics. He's very aware of the fact that I don't agree with many of the ways he approaches situations, and I have been very honest with him about needing to make some changes. I love Jeffree, he's a great guy, he's family. I don't like the way he does anything. He's a bad person, but he's my best friend. I love him to death. He's like a brother to me. He is a scumbag, but he's my best friend. No, I'm putting words in his mouth. That's not what he said. And soon after that was posted, people noticed that Morgan Adams, the sister of Shane's fiance Ryland Adams, had unfollowed Jeffree on both Instagram and Twitter, because people on the internet notice absolutely everything. Who spends their time checking Morgan Adams' follower list? People on the internet do. Everyone has infinite time for this nonsense. According to People and also Data, Morgan unfollowed Jeffree on Twitter on Monday. However, he still follows Morgan on both platforms. For now, anyway. Now, the two of them were never that close, although they did both appear in Shane's series, The Beautiful World of Jeffree Starr, which you'll remember was a show sort of about makeup, but mainly about just filming anything in the world and putting up 9-hour-long episodes of Shane like wandering around drinking soda. But it seems that their short, non-existent love affair is now over, and Morgan and possibly Shane have retreated slightly from Jeffree. Our second story, Tana has apologized after accusations of racism from her ex-friend Carlin Barry and addressed old racist tweets directed at her friends. Tana's former friend Carlin opened up about his experiences with the YouTuber, and fans have also dug up old racist tweets, prompting Tana to do a large response. Now, Carlin was once part of Tana's channel Trash on YouTube, which was a collaborative channel with many different creators. However, Carlin and Tana are no longer friends. He's now an independent creator. So it all kicked off on June the 16th when Carlin revealed that Tana had made a number of racist comments in his presence. He did a video called, quote, finally revealing the truth about Tana which he posted after he'd already called Tana out on Twitter. He wrote, quote, in the past, we have had issues when it comes to the topic of race, particularly about your usage of the N-word and my feelings regarding it. You made me feel, as a black person, invalidated. And I never felt as a friend I could tell you about the things that hurt me without it being spun back onto me. You have since apologized publicly on your platform and claim that you are a better person. I want to believe that, and that is why I'm calling on you to demonstrate that during this time. Now, in the video, Carlin detailed exactly what he was talking about. He says that he was gaslighted by both Tana and Jordan, her manager, after the infamous moment where iDubbbz tricked, quote unquote, Tana into saying the N-word. He claims that he was made to feel like the angry black person because he criticized Tana for that, pulled her up on that. I mean, that was awful, and she has apologized for that, you know, but the fact that he got pushed back for calling it out is worrying. And soon fans dragged up some old racist tweets, as fans are wont to do. Some of them directed at her best friend, Imari. And now Tana has publicly addressed this in a very long Twitter statement, where she said, quote, first, I'd like to apologize to Carlin directly for my silence. There are no excuses. I should have talked and listened to you. Instead, I've been trying to find the words to address this and apologize in a way that won't further hurt anyone and educate myself on how to handle this properly. There are no excuses for my behavior, and I know that. I have done my best to educate myself and grow as a person from who I was in the past. I want to be the best version of myself. And then there's a lot of growing and educating for a while. And then she says, I want to apologize directly to Carl and Barry for anything I ever did to make him feel that I was being microaggressive or racist. That is so far from who I am, and I will spend a lifetime trying to show you that. And then she does some more apologizing, and she's really growing as a person and more stuff like that. So all in all, you know, it's nice that she at least did a direct apology. Of course, actions speak louder than words. Tana has been quite vocal during the recent real resurgence of the Black Lives Matter movement into popular mainstream culture. Hopefully that's a cause she's going to continue to fight, and hopefully she's not going to be racist. But we will see. Our third story, Charli D'Amelio and Dixie D'Amelio have reacted to shade thrown at them by Dixie's supposed lookalike, Ellie Zila? A lot of names in this episode that I've only ever seen written down. Yes, Ellie came under fire for a comment she made, which many feel was directed at Charli, but which she claimed was aimed at a different creator. So there's this weird trend on social media of people who become popular because they look like famous people. There's like 3 different young women on TikTok who look a bit like Ariana Grande, and every video is just them dressing up exactly like Ariana Grande, and they don't even do like a voice, they just are like, look at my face, it's similar. And they have like 1 million followers, and it's really weird, and the celebrities never like it. I suppose lookalikes are nothing new, but there's something especially strange about it on social media. Anyway, not accusing Ellie of doing this, but a lot of people have consistently said that she has a striking resemblance to Charli D'Amelio's sister, who's also a creator, Dixie D'Amelio. But people are also quick to point out that the similarities don't just end at appearance. She's also been accused of copying Charli's style and the kind of videos Charli makes for clout, which of course is, you know, all of social media. If someone does something successful, why would you not copy it? I mean, Charli does dancing. I mean, if that does well, why would you not do dancing? Why am I not dancing? It's clearly more popular than this. And now Ellie has received even more backlash due to a comment in late June to fellow TikToker Ryan Clements. Ryan commented that Charli was the better of the 2 girls, and she replied, but who is that? You know, trying to do a bit of a celebrity like, I don't even know who that is. Which is pretty ridiculous because Charli is the most followed person on TikTok. Now, Ellie was quick to try and clarify that she had been trying to direct that comment at Clements. Now, Charli and Dixie addressed this in a run-in with paparazzi, which is wild to me because it's like, yeah, I guess a TikTok star would get paparazzi on them. But that's so weird. First of all, because I just forget paparazzi even exists anymore, but it's so weird to be like, Charli, do a dance. What do you think about the new dance? You're gonna be doing it on TikTok? It's just a really weird image. Anyway, they were classy as always. Charli said, quote, I think there are a lot of people that look like me. And then Dixie added, we have a very basic look. Charli added, it is what it is. I haven't seen anything on that. Honestly, I think we have a very basic look, Dixie said. We have brown hair and brown eyes. Like, I see TikToks all day. Everyone's like, oh my God, you look like Charli. It's chill. It's not that different, Charli commented. We really don't care. So I gotta say, that's a pretty classy response. And, you know, kind of true. I mean, like, there's nothing astoundingly unique about Charli D'Amelio. Like, she hasn't got like a lightning bolt scar on her head or like a tattoo of Steve Buscemi's face over her face so that they share the same face. You know, she's a girl with brown hair and brown eyes. There's plenty of them in the world. Eventually someone's gonna look like Charli. It's not that crazy that someone looks like Charli. At the end of the day, I don't think Charli or Dixie are particularly worried about lookalikes or people copying them. They're very successful young women, and more power to them.
Hey guys, so in true YouTuber news fashion, a giant YouTube news story broke hours after we recorded YouTuber news, so I'll fill you in very quickly. It's about Jenna Marbles leaving YouTube possibly forever. So Jenna posted a brand new video where she addressed loads of her old videos, most of which she says she's taken off YouTube because she's, quote, ashamed of them. And in these videos she did things like blackface, she made fun of racial stereotypes, she, in her own words, engaged in slut shaming. She says she's very ashamed of these videos, she tries to move on from them, but she also really wants to apologize for them. This all kind of came up because people started digging up those videos again and demanding an apology. And now she says she's going to take a break from YouTube, possibly forever, and just kind of try something new. And obviously fans are heartbroken because Jenna is one of the most popular, biggest creators on the platform. But it seems that she's maybe had enough of YouTube, or maybe just wants to go away for a while and then try and start fresh. She said, quote, I want to make sure the things I'm putting out into the world aren't hurting anyone. What do you make of this? How do you feel about Jenna's apology? Do you think it was sincere enough? Seemed pretty sincere. Do you want to see her leave YouTube? Do you think she should stay? Let me know, tweet me at BenedictTown, or if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment down below. Anyway, back to the pre-recorded show.
And now it's time for YouTuber Watch, a popular segment where I zero in on one YouTuber and tell you what they got up to this week. And this week, just because we're back in the studio, as a special treat, it's time for Dan How Watch. Hi, welcome to Dan How Watch. I'm Little Huddy's exact identical twin. What's Dan been up to this week? Well, as you know, Dan and the rat took a trip to a factory the other week. A factory where they make other factories. And the unlikely pair had just entered and been blown away by the cavalcade of grey that lay before them. Oh my god, it is a wonderland! Dan gasped, I really can't do this voice anymore. An absolute wonderland! Welcome, the rat said, to Jurassic Park. It's, not Jurassic Park, came an exciting voice. It is very clearly a factory where they make smaller factories. Who are you? Said Dan. My name is Tim Factory. I am the inventor of factories, and I welcome you to my dreary dreamland. Oh boy, said Dan, excited and happy. Are there magical rooms? Incredible inventions? And an army of tiny workers who sing wonderful songs? No! But there are sheets of metal. Lots and lots of sheets of metal. Even better! Screamed Dan, and he did a little happy jig to celebrate. I want to see the machine that makes the factory roofs! Come with me then, the amazing Tim, and I will show you a world of realism that you will easily believe. And Tim led them into a room with a series of large, nondescript machines. These are the machines that make the screws that hold up the hinges of some of the fire exit doors of the factories, he proudly announced. Wowza, said Dan. But just at that moment, one of the automated robots accidentally caught the back of Dan's shirt with its claw and lifted him into the air. Help me, squealed Dan. Oh my god, exclaimed the rat, his monocle flying out of his eye. He's gonna fall into the machine and be turned into a factory. Oh my god, screamed Tim. Dum dum dum. Oh my god, what a cliffhanger. Is Dan gonna be turned into a factory? You'll have to tune in next week. I'm Benedict Townsend at Benedict Town, and this has been YouTuber News, which airs every weekend on the YouTuber News YouTube channel and also on Snapchat Discover. If you haven't already, you can subscribe to the show by swiping up on the last snap of this story if you're on Snapchat, or by hitting the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Obviously. I'll be back next week with a brand new episode of YouTuber News with even more news, another installment of Dan How Watch, and more, probably. But until then, have a good week, look after yourselves, wear a mask. I wore this mask all the way into the room. I only took it off because I need to speak. But me and the laughing lady are socially distanced. You gotta stay safe out there, kids. And remember, if any YouTubers ever ask you about this show, deny that it exists. We can't have any of these people finding out about this show, all right? I've got enough lawsuits on my hands already with my many ex-wives. I can't have Jeffree Starr see even a second of this nonsense. Goodbye!